Affiliate marketing for beginners, step by step, 400 plus, 800 plus, 2,448 plus per person in low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, residual income products ecosystem. I'll be getting into the share screen in just a second to show you this, break it down, the process, the system, and reducing, eliminating the email marketing tool, the landing pages, loads of websites, and all of these things that you truthfully do not need in getting started. If you already have them, that's one thing and it's been working for you. I do have them. But if I were starting from complete scratch, ground zero, what would I do today? That's what I will be showing you and doing this in the best way possible and what I believe to be the best affiliate model. There are so many business opportunities within the affiliate space that you have to be very careful of. And if you're in the wrong one, you can be spinning your wheels over and over and kind of like on a hamster wheel over and over, the Energizer Bunny, but losing power source much faster. So let me get into the share screen and show you this. I have a post I made here inside my free Facebook group community where you can get resources, guidance, mentorship, and help. And knowing what you're doing and having a peace of mind at the end of the day that you feel much more certain about what you're doing in your approach and you don't have to lose focus and you're on one platform one day and then the next one the same day and or another day and posting on different platforms. You have to have focus. You don't have to be everywhere at one time. Focus on building one platform, and you don't need the email marketing tool, the landing pages, and those things, which are handy. They're helpful in building your email list, collecting name in an email to be able to give somebody something free of high value to then be able to follow up with them and give them value, bring them back to the bridge page, then the video sales letter page, and so forth, but you don't need all of that. And I'm going to be showing you how to break it down into its most elemental gradual form. So I highly recommend checking the group out. It'll be down below in the description for you to check out and join so you can get resources, guidance, help from me, and be here long term doing this. So you don't need another offer, you need a better journey. Let's read this post, which I'll be going through. I have other tabs open here. Let me quickly show you why most affiliate marketers never make money enough of it. The content to community system, the content community workshop ecosystem, which I'll be breaking down in the post I just showed you. And I made a video on this one. I'll link you to it down below in the description that goes over more or less what I'm speaking about today. I have this post right here. I made another video on why affiliate marketing for beginners is better with high ticket affiliate marketing, 2,448 plus per person. What if the product, funnel, emails, and marketing were already done for you? 80% commissions, 400 plus, 800 plus. And then you see there plenty of the products and the breakdown. So there's another video I made on that. I'll try to link you to that down below in the description. Now let's come back to this post. You don't need another offer. And before I go any further, an offer, think about when you purchase a product, what would you like that product to have in it? Its features, its benefits. An offer doesn't always mean it's a product itself that you're buying. It's what you get after you buy the product, meaning what kind of problem or problems that someone will have once they purchase that product. So, for example, you purchase a water bottle, you need a few straws. You want something that's much more customizable that comes with the cup, maybe a placeholder. And so it comes with that extra accessory or something else like a pamphlet. You might not need a pamphlet for a water bottle. You may, if it's intricate, but you'll want to know how to press this button here to make it do this, to make it do that, a guide, a checklist, make sure if you're going to use it a certain way, and a little roadmap or something like that along the way. And so that's what you're doing is you're helping put together and craft an offer for that individual, that group that's looking to purchase your digital and or physical product. In this case, we're working on digital products because the margins are much greater. When you're focusing on physical products, a lot of the times the margins are much lesser, and I wouldn't begin there. That's where I started many years ago in the health affiliate marketing space. at around the same time building a digital marketing agency, lead generation space, business, excuse me. And then after many years, I went into the CRM, software as a service, sharing with people different tools, resources, a lot of digital products, to then in the funding finance space, which is something that I focus on too, in helping people get funding at a high level, real estate funding, strategizing, fixing, growing, expanding, scaling businesses, business development, reviewing financials, tax returns, bank statements, P&Ls, credit reports. I do plenty of that, and over 13 plus years of business. So it wasn't from the beginning that it was all one simple thing and easy for me to figure out how to build my first one. It took a while. And it was about 11 and a half months in for me to get my first affiliate sale in the health space with a pain relief cream. Seriously. But I was doing blogging then, and the algorithms to find my content and through the Google sandbox, outside the sandbox. And if I would have changed my strategy, my system, my approach, my process to this, yes, it could have happened much faster. If I would have been doing videos, if I would have been doing things on social media. And I understand if you're thinking, well, social media is not for me, video is not for me. It isn't either for me. But as you do this, you learn to build your skill sets. You learn how to put content, post, doesn't always have to be a video. Video works well to get new reach of new audiences and attention. And then you can post stories up for your current audience to see what you're posting, Facebook newsfeed, etc. So there are different dynamics to it. You can have a group, which is what we're focused on, and I'm going to show you the path to that. So an offer is enticing. Somebody gets a vacation package after they purchase a high ticket product. They get this product after this product. That's an enticing offer. And they have 72 hours to act on this fast action bonus or also lose it. It could be the price goes up and all these different sorts of ways. So you don't need another offer. An offer, we're reverse engineering from the top. What problem would you solve for that that person would want in that offer? What's the product that they are purchasing into? What are they signing up for? And focusing on that and reverse engineering backwards to what then could we be sharing with people that we're solving their problems, pain points, questions, roadblocks, obstacles to get them to the ultimate goal and outcomes. Okay. You can start from the beginning too and work your way up that way from the interest and passion, although passion doesn't always necessarily turn into income or enough of it or as much as you're looking for. And you have to start in places that get you out of your comfort zone in a way and to see what's already market product fit, what's in supply and demand out there, what's already working, and so forth. So you don't need another offer. You need a better system. Let me bring my red marker into view so I can use this. So right here, you need a better system. And as you've heard me say a few times now on this video, hi family, happy Monday. And when you're watching this, it might not be Monday. I hope you are doing well. And I truly mean that. I don't just say things. I am the person business second. Person first, business second. I am very introverted, the analytical cerebral type, less words, more action. So it's hard for me to be personable. Doesn't mean I'm not likable. Those are not the same thing. And because I'm much more reserved and kept to myself. So if you're like that and you're thinking of ways, how can I do this? And that matches my personality, my character, and some of the things along the way you might not like to do, but it's something that is necessary and it's something that'll help you grow too inside as a person. And then we'll start figuring out what are ways we can maybe outsource, the ways that we can do it much faster. It becomes more muscle memory, so you don't really think about it much, and so forth. I spent a lot of energy and time watching creators on TikTok lives, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook to see what and who attracts me, what they do, what their angle is, etc. So I don't mean attract as in aesthetically how they look, pleasing, what they look like on the outside. If you've ever scrolled on TikTok live, not just to scroll TikTok feed, but you're on live, which I do every now and then at night, on my downtime when I'm on my computer or just looking through and finding a creator that attracts me, someone that speaks to me, someone that I can gravitate or naturally gravitate to, not something where it's this whole I'm looking at them and they look nice, look at their hair, look at that's not even clicking on the profile to find out who they are and what they do. And a lot of the time, sometimes you find something bland. You go, oh, what is their angle? What are they doing? There's somebody and their character that I would align with, the values, the vision, the mission, the morals, the ethics, the governing principles, character, characteristic traits, overall purpose and meaning to what they're doing. And I oftentimes find myself finding content with digital marketers and creators around a course that has been bought, that they then turn it around, they regurgitate that and they're promoting that to you. Not saying that all parts of that are wrong or that at a specific period of time, but would you rather be promoting a course that you just joined that may have everything and different tools and resources that somebody can start a business or continue in, which is nice to do from that point? Somebody has already been in the space. Maybe they're looking for another tool or a tool that they don't have, and they're just continuing to grow their business. That's another angle. And then there's that whole regurgitate the course to come back and do private label or whatever. There's so many MRR. There are so many different angles and approach. Not saying that's always wrong and that should always be your dislike, but I wouldn't want to do that. To get in the course on how to do affiliate marketing and then promote the course again and all that. Not saying you couldn't or you shouldn't, but I'd probably set that aside. So one thing I've noticed, many in the digital marketing space, as I said, they're regurgitating a digital marketing, affiliate marketing course to people. And plenty of them focus on getting someone to the sale as quickly as possible. They might not know it either that they're doing that. What do I mean is they might not have the skills, the marketing acumen, the understanding of their story and what they should be mentioning and how to break it down differently from another look, and are quick to throw words out and move quickly through words and don't slow. This is how I speak. Nice. Inner voice is me, and just slowing down in that impact level. So there are a lot of things that I do see and others that do it well enough. Uh, and so you just have to take things with a grain of salt, even when you're watching other videos and things, and don't take it for the vanity metrics of followers and likes on a video. You have to look at it for what that person is actually doing. That doesn't mean because if my video gets less views, less likes, that I don't know what I'm doing. It could be that I don't spend enough time doing videos and then I'm all somewhere else and I'm focused on that energy and time and I'm doing my work behind the scenes that you don't see happening because I'm a better behind the scenes person than I am doing the front end stuff, the back end work, developing businesses, masterminding, helping these businesses, operating other businesses, which I do have done in the past, not only my own, multiple companies, C Corps, and more. And so you have to pay close attention. And when you're programmed up here consciously and subconsciously, and because of entertainment, because of what you've seen out there, it's very easy to fall into that. And it could be a trap in a lot of cases. So it's just conditioning the mind, strengthening the mind, disciplining it, understanding its focus and where you're taking it. And then you'll start spotting these things that I've been seeing and not speaking about it, just observing them like I do from a distance. There's nothing inherently wrong with some parts of that, like I had said before, but I've kept asking myself this one question, and there are many. What happens after someone discovers me? Right here. What experience do they have before they ever buy anything? Before they ever buy into me, let alone what they could buy and purchase, sign up for. That's when I stopped thinking about building offers and I started building an ecosystem because I got caught in that is I need different offers. I need a different one than the product that I'm promoting, and I'm going to create a different offer for a different product. And you can have one product assembled in different ways, deconstructed, constructed up several ways in the different plans. At the end of the day, the people route to the same product is just through a different journey or what they need to pick up first, and then they want to upgrade or something similar to that. So it's not about that. It's not even about creating so much more content and a lot of extra value in content form, unless you wanted to do that. And sometimes you do have to start off with more volume, but it's just directed content into the location you're sending them to and what the objective is behind your content that a lot of affiliates don't spend their time really understanding that. And I'm going to help you with this. And really all you need to do is three things is bring in attention. Attention doesn't necessarily mean you need to build like a huge audience or that. It could be a small audience too. And it could be something you're building. And these building blocks, you kind of think about it like Legos. You think about it as a home. It's no different. When you have an online business, what do you need to do? You need to have the foundation set. You need to be able to have the site architecture. You need to know you have the contractors. You need to have the blueprints with that site architecture. You need to know people went on site to check out the land, the real estate, the location. the address, what's the requested loan value, what is the current value of the property. There's all these things that you have to know, permits. And so along the way, you're sorting these things. And the very foundation is in getting attention. And then how do you get traffic? How do you get people to see your offer? You don't just view the affiliate link. We're putting content. And that's what an online business is. And when you're putting content on a platform that you're focused on, such as Facebook, and I'm going to give you an example of where you can lead people into and when you can use that I've already created that will make it much more helpful and simpler, even easier for you. So you don't have to start creating everything just yet, unless you wanted to later. You don't have to, but it's very helpful too. But again, you don't have to. And so again, what happens after someone discovers me? You should be asking yourself the same question. What happens after someone discovers me? What experience do they have before they buy anything? What would I like them to experience? What would I like them to see and notice? And not just about business, but the product and the offers. It's about you because you're the person who helps them see their transformation. You are the one that can be relatable to that other person. So the missing piece in this is you. And so you're the product. You're a byproduct of the product and the offer. So what happens after someone discovers me? Again, what experience do they have before they buy anything from you, from anyone? So attention. And the other piece of it, I would say, is you're just pretty much consolidating this three-step process into observable nurturing. So what are people seeing? Your content is what's helping nurture your people that you bring into your ecosystem from attention into nurture stage. And it's like if I'm doing email marketing, I'm nurturing, but you don't have to have email marketing necessarily. It's one piece, it's a helpful piece, but not that you needed it. So nurturing could be your content that you're posting, but where does the content live on? And can content expire, which I'll get into here in a second, and why it's important to have several things. And so when you're doing that, now that can lead into the offer, thus the sale. So you can't just jump from here into the sale. Not saying that it wouldn't always happen that way, but you just don't want to do it hopelessly. And that's what a lot of affiliates do. Remember, you're building an online business. The keyword is business. And affiliate marketing, the keyword is marketing, and then marketing business. So you're in the business of marketing, regardless of whatever business you're in. Restaurants, manufacturing, trucking, I've helped all of them. Nail salons, beauty salons, barber shops, food services of many sorts, manufacturing of food. I've helped out plenty. In the online and offline space, I've communicated with so many businesses and business owners that I know operationally what they need to do. Like I said, I fix, grow, expand, scale businesses. So I know what they need to do. Their numbers should look like, and I'm a math guy myself, so that's my favorite piece. Cash flow, profitability analysis, customer acquisition costs, different strategies, and being an overall strategist. So just keep that in mind as we continue to go through this. Is what experience do they want to have? Do you want them to have? And you're building along the way your personal and business brand. And when you have an online business and you're not thinking about building that at all, you get to lose out on so much. And along the way, your personal and business brand coexist together as one, not separated. Your personal brand is your business. So, what do you do to build your business? You build your personal brand. How? By people discovering your story, discovering you, and that transformation people get out of it. And then there's a transformation stage of the product and what they're getting access to. But if you don't build this correctly and just try to show somebody the product, you go, why did they never make a purchase? Because you forgot about everything before that, the story, the journey, the hardships, the transformation stages, the achievements, the this is what happened, this is how I did, this is how I made, even if it's not your story, you have a case study or you're on your way, here's a different angle. So you haven't done that. And people want to buy from people. I don't just buy from anyone. I buy from people. I buy when I know who they are, what their angle is, what their approach is, what they mean, their vision, values, morals, ethics, governing principles, character, purpose, and more. So that's when I stopped thinking about building offers, which are helpful because we're reverse engineering from there backwards. So we could start from the front up, but we're reverse engineering. And I started building an ecosystem. Remember that word, ecosystem. And if you've seen my past videos, I've spoken about ecosystem. And if you haven't seen them, again, I'll link you to other videos down below in the description that I highly recommend you watch. And let me know in the comments too. Have you tried affiliate marketing? Have you discovered other affiliate models and unsure of which one to start with? I've done reviews of different programs. I've gone through a lot in the affiliate space and many others. So I'm telling you, as someone who's very cerebral, builds businesses in business development, it's about understanding the right model. When you get in the wrong one, you take the wrong opportunity. It could be the right one, it's just not a fit for you, or it just expired, or something happened that was dissolved. It takes you forever, not the right products, etc. Excuse me. So an ecosystem is what you should be building, a culture, an environment where people get to repetitively see you and or someone else and they're posting content like in a group, which I'm going to be getting into the process and breaking that down. PS offers are super important and they would be the first thing I focus on, one of for building out a business, an affiliate business, because you can reverse engineer your way to the problems, pain points you solve for the right people and the path. For your people, you're helping, you understand what offer, because now we can work backwards to see who this the type of individual that you would need to target in your dream customer to want that kind of offering and that kind of product. Here's the path someone takes when they enter my world. And this is the one I give you access to without needing to be on the phone, no sales calls. You don't have to be a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. I was a chemical engineering student in college, went into business, got my degree. I've worked in different fields, construction, manufacturing. I know what hard labor looks like. Cerebral work is what I'm best at. So eventually I got my way there. Financial logistics. I've done other roles too before that. And inventory, budgeting, shipping and receiving, still lifting up some media boxes to deliver, underpaid, undervalued. I had to go back on unemployment benefits, food stamp cards, because they were relieving people. And it was one of the hardest times of my life. I couldn't just show up to the grocery store feeling proud. And I was so cognizant of thinking of who was in front and behind me in line. Just going to pay with my EBT card was super difficult. And then going to have a family meal, feeling like a burden when I wouldn't pay or when I wouldn't speak up or not speak up, but just pull out my card or a way of paying cash. And other times that I would, I'd be like, I don't even have much left over. What do I do with what I have? And I wasn't making more at that time. So it was like, now it's this whole vicious cycle. I'm eating up into my savings. I needed some emergency funds set for a rainy day. And when I didn't have it, and then that's what got me really thinking deeper about my situation in business. And it didn't happen right away. It's a journey. Remember that you're in the journey of discovering yourself through business and affiliate marketing. You're in a journey of discovering yourself. And that's what personal growth and development, self mastery comes of it. So I have 13 plus years of it. I'm telling you, as someone with personal growth and development, self mastery, it almost forces you with online business in the affiliate space because you start changing and shaping the way you think, your critical thinking skills, and the applications you need for those thoughts you have and doing them correctly and staying on the right path. So here again is the path, the journey someone takes when they enter my world. And I've had other models too. It doesn't have to be this exact one, but this is the one that I would, if I start from complete scratch all over again, nothing, no email list, no nothing, is this is the one that I would begin with. And this is the one I lead in with and I would recommend you do. And I've shown many others. And I have a Google Drive too, just so you know, with my resources done for you, marketing material, and all that that I mentioned earlier, that I'll give you access to over time and in time. So without needing to be on the phone, no sales calls, without posting hundreds of pieces of content unless you wanted to, and you're testing. But have a direct approach, an indirect approach, also, and understanding where people are going. What's the point of you putting content? What are you leading them into when they reply, when they message? So content is the key piece at the top. Well, I don't want to produce, I just want somebody to click my link and buy my product. Well, go put a e-commerce store together. I'm not saying that it's gonna always be that way, but the e-commerce space, I've helped many people in funding with that and without it. I had a hybrid model with my blog a long time ago in the affiliate space with the health side, and then gradually did a few other things. It just was never it. It was this whole volume game, ads, spending, other things you had to spend your energy and time on that I felt were very wasteful. Now with tariffs, with the economic situation we have, not just in the US, but globally, it's not one I recommend. And there's a lot of scattered products. There's not concentration on one. You go into the high ticket, that would be one I recommend. But there's many in those spaces that I wouldn't do. And then you have a traditional brick and mortar location and just looking at different ways of having more freedom and growth, and then eventually, hopefully, wealth. So those are the three things: freedom, growth, and wealth that I recommend, and surrounding yourself with, and who, and more. So you have content. Everything begins with solving a problem, whether it's financial literacy, cash flow, credit, business funding, or business growth. My goal is to help someone leave with one better financial decision than they had before. So with this, the high ticket product that we'll eventually get into here and I'll speak more about is one that I would recommend, and that's where I would start is in the high ticket space. You could promote other products along the way that again are low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, residual, but high ticket is a great one. 400 plus or 800 plus, it's in 80% commissions, which is great. So 400 or 800 for one product, and 400 plus, 800 plus. I mean, if you added other products along the way, etc. So that's where I would start with content. Everything begins with solving a problem. And again, whether it's financial literacy, cash flow, credit, business funding, or business growth, my goal is to help someone leave with one better financial decision than they had before. Number two, so each one of these, just so you know, I could speak for hours and create several pieces of content for you. I have it down. I'm not going to spend too much time on each one of them today, but content. For example, we want content as a goal, as a mechanism. We're giving value to people. We're not selling, we're giving value. And we can have a simple post, and I have these posts for you that you can use. You can customize however you want them to. It's like a simple background, purple background, or it could be a different color background with small text, amount of it, pointing with a little emoji icon down. They comment, and then you go to their profile. You can add them as a friend, which I recommend, or you can immediately message them and it lands a lot of times in the secondary inbox, so like friend requesting, but I would go ahead and send the message regardless. And what would you say? What's the goal? What's the directive? Not just to say, hi, thank you for commenting. Here's my link. And you just send them to a bridge page or a page to collect a name and an email and for a landing page. We want to send them into a community. We want to send them into a group. Why? Because if we post it on Facebook, for example, we're on social media and we're posting, that content can live up to 24 hours plus or minus, and depends also on the engagement, the likes, the commenting, and those things that can keep the content going and circulating so more people can see it, people share. But that can only last so long. And we're not trying to achieve viralness until we have to come back and do something else and another trend, another product, etc. And so what we're doing is we're putting content strategically that gives value. There are different types: how to post, story post, small post, free B, a free guide, and so forth that we can set and we can give people. And I'll give you some of these that you can give people. And if you wanted to create your own, you can. But yeah, so now that we have somebody who, yeah, I want that, reach out in the messenger. Now you go to the messenger, you send them a message, but we just don't send them the message. We just strategically, and I have these prompts and these things like you say this, they say that, you say this, they say that. And so then now, okay, here's a link where I'm going to send you this free financial clarity scorecard, this free workshop. It lives inside this group where you'll also get access to da and you'll learn about this. After you're in and you've watched the video, I'd greatly appreciate you please letting me know what stood out to you most or something like that, and then continue in the messenger because it's much more intimate than you saying, I'm just going to email people and hopefully they buy a high ticket offer. You can send them from your email into messenger, which is something I recommend. They can go back to the product over and over without messenger, but still, you got to have a defined mechanism and without being on sales calls, which you can set. You can do a calendar set and all that, but you don't have to unless that's your thing. You want to add that, however you're approaching this offline, etc., your touch points, but you don't have to do that. This is why we get our energy and time back. And having what I'm going to go into, which is an offer document. So you have the community. Instead of sending people straight to the sales page, I invite them into my financial literacy and business growth hub and or another community. But for this one, we'll focus on a high ticket product that is surrounding around financial literacy, debt elimination, different investment vehicles, and it features a world famous attorney, CPA, and best-selling author. And it's one I strongly recommend because you're not regurgitating an affiliate course and then turn it around and then share it with someone and all this attrition and then find out. You're helping people get financial clarity in their personal and business life. And people want to know, how can I make more? How can I keep more of what I make? How can I do this? And I'm nearing retirement. I'm in retirement. And this is something you wish you could have that you can use, if not now, later. You can also pass this down in generations after generations and have that clarity. And I've seen a lot of businesses and business owners who do not have financial literacy. I'm not saying that's like so down to look down on. What I'm saying is it makes it harder for them. And when I help them with funding, it's like because they don't know their numbers or I have to sort that, I'll be happy to. I'm a numbers guy. At the end of the day, I need numbers to stimulate my brain, my mind, especially in my mornings when I do my morning work and reviews. But that's what I mean. And if they just learn more about cash flow, learn more about debt problems, solving their debt problems, learn different angles. They might want to even start another business that could be this one, affiliate space or something they learned in that. Fix and flips, power profit, passive power profits with mobile homes. There's all that stuff and so much more that you'll be able to see in time. So that's where the relationship begins. So content, directive, approach, let's get them into a group. Why? Because the content that gets posted in the group lives in there and people can see it scrolling. They have to come back to and see it. Oh, they missed something. Oh, they haven't. This is the first time they're seeing this. I can post a welcome post, which I usually do. And the people who just join the group, they get welcome. They get the resources. Step one, step two, look at the workshop, get the financial clarity scorecard, do this and that. And they go to the workshop, and that's a post of its own. I have a 3 hour workshop right now on a Google slide presentation and giving people the roadmap. So, how valuable is that? Extremely. So, guess what? When somebody sees the group, they see the content, they see the activity, you could be posting in their value, not selling and giving value. If they see you post, not that you had to, but they go, hey, that's Jerry, that's Sally. Yeah, they're engaged in the community. Something's happening here. Well, we want to be a part of it. How can we get more information? How can we do more? See how that goes? So the workshop is the next piece. So we have the community, we have the content, we're giving value. People naturally want to go through the group and see more, the free workshop. So inside the community, they can watch a free financial literacy workshop that lays the foundation for understanding how money works and why so many people struggle. Not because they aren't working hard, but because nobody taught them the rules. Okay. So I have this in my other group. I know I don't have the tab open for it right now, but in time you'll see. And if you're in the group already, you'll know. And it's a very broken down to a science and art how I have these posts, featured posts, and what people will see when they enter the community and where to direct them. So, for example, again, when you post on your news feed, it could be coming from Instagram, it could be coming from somewhere else, and you're just directing them into a group because it's community, it's an ecosystem, it's built on trust, and there's a higher level of certainty in there. And so now that they get this welcome post that I will send, they get a big part in the body that they get to see it in the step one, step two. Check this out. They'll see it also in their featured. You message them though, and you'll tell them, hey, it's in the featured post section at the top of the group. You'll see it, and that's where the workshop will be, or you give them a direct link eventually or so forth to send them there. But it will also be in the welcome when I do eventually send people the welcome post and attach them. And then I also have an at everyone so people can see it and get a notification when I make a post. So there's value in there. And then you have the financial clarity scorecard. So from my welcome post, I have that as one is they can complete a financial clarity scorecard to better understand where they are today and identify opportunities to strengthen their financial foundation. And then the next piece is the conversation. We could leave out the financial clarity scorecard. It's already inferred that it's in the welcome post. So we could just have the free workshop and without this, but I just wanted to add it in there. And then the conversation. If they have questions, we can talk. If not, we can continue because how they engage with your post, remember when you send them into the group, please let me know what stood out to you most. They might not respond to you. You could check in with them 72 hours after, 48 hours after, 24 hours after. Give them some time, 48, 72 hours after plus. Or if they gave you time, or you can ask when they think they could watch. You don't have to do that though. And now you follow up with them if they didn't. Hey, just wanted to see if you had a chance to check out the free workshop and if you learned anything new from it or what stood out to you most. And, oh, I haven't yet. And da, 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 da. So you can continue from there. And I have a DM script to have multiple and to help you understand. You say this, they say this. You say this, they say that. You say this, they say that, etc. And make the flow as natural. personalize it, customize it to yourself and how you would say it, etc. So all of that is their conversation. You're already in the messenger. And if they weren't already in the messenger, you didn't send them into the group. Okay, that's a different way. And now on the workshop too, I have in the post after they've watched this, or it could even be during it, is if you were invited to this workshop by myself or someone else, someone who invited you and into the group, please get back to them, etc. So it's this whole circulation, and it's very helpful for you in helping you increase conversions by having a group. So conversation again, if they have questions, we can talk, we can speak. Doesn't have to mean that if they only have questions. No pressure, no obligation, just a conversation about where they are and what they're trying to accomplish, what their goals are, their timeline to accomplish their goals, and their budget can be three ways. Not that you have to ask and go through all that necessarily, but there are different pieces of conversation. Again, you'll know when you have the Google Drive. If you already have seen it, you'll know and notice. And so what we're doing is we're not only building rapport more, we're understanding objections, we're speaking and not that we always have to break them down necessarily in Messenger, we can. And one recommendation, that's what we have an offer document, which is the next piece right here, where it says offer document. This replaces you having to be in an appointment, have to be on a call for the fourth time with the same person, tire and energy kickers. And so our offer document is what's breaking down the objections. It's giving the clear value. It's saying who is this not for? What's the offer? Bonuses that we add to the product. We give them a 72-hour time. If they get them within that time at this price point, then they're going to get the extra bonuses that they wouldn't have received if they didn't, if it was over 72 hours. If there's another product out there, if it's a product you created and it's price where price increases, we have the window open for another 24, 48 hours before I raise the price or something like that. There's differences you can do so people take action much faster, and it's scarcity, fear of missing out, and on the value of the bonuses, the offer, overall offer of it, and more. So if they're looking for a deeper solution, I send them a simple document, an offer document that explains what the problem, the transformation, what the product is, who's it for, the financial literacy side, for what's included and how it can help them. And there's plenty more. The transformation, your story, and you'll be able to put your own story in there and just sending a Google document. That's it. Offer document, Google document. When you're ready, and then you send the offer document. They can review everything at their own pace. And that's when they see the offer document. They'll go through it, be able to click a link. That's your affiliate link. You get to hyperlink. Then they go over to the financial literacy product, check it out. They get even a free sample content by the world famous attorney, CPA, and best-selling author. And when it comes to this, it's just understanding the system, the process, the 30-day roadmap, which I have, and much more you'll discover. There's so much in there, social media posts, what I recommend to start with, the strategy behind, the science behind it, and plenty more. So you cannot not lose. The only way you lose is because you just didn't want to do it. You were lazy and you wanted the most cookie cutter way that you didn't have to build anything in a business, and you just wanted to click a link and make something, or somebody click a link and just make something. That's not how this works. That's how it shouldn't work. You want something long time and returning, repeat clients, customers, repeat purchase rates, and people understand there's a community and an ecosystem behind it. So if it's the right fit, they continue their journey with the world-class financial education covering topics like cash flow, taxes, credit, retirement planning, asset protection, business ownership, and long-term wealth building. And then after that, you have business funding when appropriate. Like I've said, I'm in the business funding space. I do it at a high expert level. I know how to align people for their business, their needs for the right service, short, fast conversion, cash flow cycles, cash conversion cycles, different sorts in understanding is it a larger gap purchase, is it a shorter term gap purchase, and seeing what they need. Are they batch testing? They might need inventory in the next 30 to 45 days, but it's unclear because they need it for what they need now. They need to test out for the next 15 days that they're not going to get an immediate ROI. They're going to do sample batches. There's just so much to understand. You can position funding on the front end, but I've been in this space long enough to know all that happens on the front end. I'm better behind the scenes back end. And when I say front end, is like a lot of self sabotage, self defeat, the kind of grunt work you'd have to do on the front end. just to get people into an application. And there's so much of a process in the funding space that it can take, and somebody gets declined, they change their mind. There's so much that happens. Not saying that's always going to be the case with you and myself, but it does happen. And so some people eventually need funding to grow a business. Some don't. Funding isn't the destination. And then also to start a business. It's simply another solution when it fits someone's goals. That's the business I'm building, not just an offer, an ecosystem built around helping people make better financial decisions. Because when you focus on serving people first, the business becomes a byproduct of the value, keyword value, right here. Can't stress that word enough. You create. And then I ask, what's one thing your business is helping people solve? I'm always interested in seeing the problems people are passionate about solving. So you can let me know in this post. You can let me know down below in this video. And so I can find out more. But that's what I wanted to show you in this video. And remember, I had this post here that I went through a little, that I showed you. I had this document here. The content to community to workshop ecosystem. The content is what's doing the nurturing inside the group too. And that's why when people go there, they'll see what kind of post, the value, they'll read something and get value out of it. I'd like to learn more about what's the higher level to this. Oh, there's another component to this. Okay, what do I need to get? Or what do I need to do? What do I need to watch? What do I need to go through? That way you're not circling over and over trying to just promote anything and everything and 10 more videos up and it's like nobody's clicking my link, or I'm seeing who's clicking my link and how many people are and how much traffic is coming through, but why isn't nobody buying anything, or why isn't this converting at the rate that I'd like it to? And it's not sustainable. Sustainability is it. If you don't have that, you don't have an ecosystem, you can create your own. You can leverage my own group and groups. Why wouldn't you? And the content lives on there. People can go and pick up resources and get the help. If you post in there, not that you had to, like I said, value though, valuable, how-to tips. Here's my experience, what I had to go through. Here's what I found that works well. And yes, I agree with the things you go find in this community or whatever it is. Like, oh, you brought in Janet. Janet just viewed your post. She maybe commented. Then John did. Okay, cool. Not that they had to, but even if they didn't comment, they're seeing that and thinking, oh, or if I commented, yeah, great thought and directive on that. And oh, somebody else came in and did something's happening big in this group. I want to be more a part of it. I want to consume more. I want to see what else is in there. And because there's a lot of content that already lives in there, they can go through or steps. Here's part one, part two, part three. Here's the workshop. They're more attuned now. Now that they have seen the workshop, they're much more of a warm person, warmed up, hot type person in terms of temperature. Like, okay, they've seen something enough that they know, okay, there's a problem here that I need help fixing. This is the route, this is the path, this is the only one. This is my new opportunity to do this. So I wanted to show you that in this video. Hopefully you got a lot of value from it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please do voice it slash them for me down below in the comments. And if you're new here, you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I forgot what I wanted to say. uh, Again, in the description will be my link to my group. If you're already in the group, great. Reach out if you'd like to. Get to reach out to a few more people and continue to. So it's something, again, that's a parallel and it's separated from a lot of other things. But when you start focusing on one strategy, one approach, one platform, you can redistribute if you're doing reels or several pieces of content of other forms somewhere else, but you have always a main platform and a main hub to go to. And the objective, sending people into a group. If it's not a group, it's something else, but it's a group, what I recommend, and it's helpful. If it's your own group, you will be shown too to how to create your own group too. If you haven't done that, and why it's so helpful, and you've seen that today, why it is. And there's so much more for you yet to see. So again, that's everything. And again, I hope you got value from me. Down below in the description, go ahead and check out the group and any added resources down below, videos and more, and my email if you want to reach out to me that way, my social media platforms. And oh, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so and click the bell notification icon so you do not miss any future content I'll be coming out with. That is all for today. Thank you.